Alrighty guys, let's talk the Milestone Legends and how to get them. So early on, if you go to the Milestone section, you will see how to acquire them all. So for example, to get this 95 overall Terry Sakic, you need to win 500 games in online competitive seasons. Now there's 7 of them to unlock, and I want to go through what ones are the easiest to obtain and what ones are actually realistically able to be grinded for. Again, if you don't want to grind for them, I wouldn't recommend doing it. It's going to be a grind for some of them, and the payoff might be not worth it. So I want to go over, give you guys my tips on what ones, if you do want to attack a few early on, what ones would be worth it. Let's take a look at that Terry Sakic. He's probably the best goalie and will be for quite some time. 500 wins online, though, if you were doing it legit, is going to be extremely difficult to do. You're going to have to play a ton of games. Basically, just some quick math here. If you want to play 3 a day, say you win an average of 3 a day, you'll get it by February 18th. Okay, now a 95 overall goalie, especially Terry Sakic, and he also plays without a helmet, which is sick. But you'll get him right around when Team of the Year comes out. So if you play 3 a day, you win 3 a day, and there'll be days where you win more. It is worth it. This is going to be one that you just leave in the background, that you don't really grind for, because it wouldn't be worth it just trying to do the wins, because if you start to get down by a ton and you just quit out, that ruins your experience. So next up is the 91 Mike Gartner. This one's probably one of the easiest to finish in a quick time frame, just because you can go into the rookie mode hut challenges and just start unloading. Casual players, if you're looking at 400 games, if you average 5 a game, but you could go into one of the longer challenges, the 4-minute period ones on rookie, and essentially just start launching bombs and get 10 to 15 goals in a game. Not very fun, I know, but again, I'm just doing this video to see if anyone, or for anyone that wants to actually grind for these cards, and what ones are actually worth it. The Gartner would definitely be worth it, because anything over an 85 right now is awesome, and you could get this card in a few weeks easy. Next up is the 90 overall Tim Horton. This one is probably the easiest in terms of time, but it requires skill, and early on, the hardcores are really going to dominate the top. So I mean, if you get this in a few weeks, this is probably the easiest one, but again, it depends on how good you are at the game. So this one is definitely the fastest in terms of time, and the reward far outweighs the amount of time required, because you're going to get a 90 overall. Next up is the 86 Theo Fleury. Requires 300 hut challenge stars. So 300 stars, there's a total of 360 total at launch. These are in the hut challenges, so if you go and look, if you get 3 stars in a game, you get 3 stars. So that's a long grind, but if you spend the opening weekend grinding those hut challenges for the coins involved, this one will come with it, but it would take quite a bit of time. I've spent about 6-7 hours on hut challenges alone, and I'm only at 98. After that, we've got the 94 overall Joe Sakic. It requires 500 sets. Honestly, guys, this one is going to be the second longest, because the longest one is just absolutely ridiculous. But 500 sets is a ton. If you average, there's 5 basic ones you can do, where you turn in 5 bronze players for a silver, 5 silver for a gold, those kinds of things. If you do that constantly on the timer, you're only really getting like 5 a day. This one's going to take a long time, and there's no real way to grind it, because all of the sets are kind of time gated. This is going to be a long one, but totally worth it, because Joe Sakic's sick. So after that is the 89 Andy Moog. To get this goalie, basically all you have to do is do all the hut challenges, but here's the problem. It requires 250. There's only 200 in the game at launch, and it's going to take about, I would guess, over 20 hours to do all of the launch ones. So as far as time goes, this was one of the longer ones, but it is extremely straightforward and easy. This one's damn near impossible. It's time gated. Basically, you need to open 400 daily reward packs. If you were to do that and not miss a minute, so you basically revolve your life around opening 3 a day, if you were to open them every 8 hours, you'll have this card by January 19th. So basically, you're not getting this card until like April, probably May. But it's a fantastic card, 93 overall, and he's got 99 speed, so he'll be relevant when you get him eventually, but this one's ridiculous. Now we've got the 92 Mike Modano. It requires 500 objectives. So looking at the daily objectives so far, you can get through about 5 in basically 1 or 2 games, on top of the other event ones that haven't been released yet. I would say you average 7 a day if you played 3 games. That gets you him in roughly 71 days, or basically the middle of November. So look about to near the beginning of December if you grind this to be able to get him. But again, totally worth it. 92 overall will still be relevant then. Next up, we've got the 91 MacInnis. Requires 10,000 shots. If you average 25 shots a game, that's 400 games. Alternatively, if you grind for Gartner, the goals one, you already have a solid starting ground. But if you watch my Hut Challenges video, just fire low shots for rebounds. If you shoot and try to get fancy and don't give enough rebounds, it's going to take you forever because the goalie's just going to freeze the puck. But if you shoot perimeter shots right at the pads, it's the fastest way to get this one done. So now onto the 85 Claude Lemieux. All you've got to do is complete 500 games, and you can do this offline. If you just sit out and crush the 2-minute period games and Hut Challenges, it'll take you 55 hours if you bang out 9 an hour. So that's 6-minute games, 1 minute to switch challenges. That's ridiculous to expect anyone to do that, especially for an 85. But if we're just talking normal pure play, let's say you average 5 games a day, whether it be Hut Challenges, Comp Seasons, Draft Champions, you'll have him in 100 days or December 14th. It's a brutal grind in terms of, but I mean, like, you could literally just throw on Netflix or something and just crush this one out. It's the easiest because it requires, you don't need to win or do anything. You can just put the controller down, but this one's a tough grind, and the payoff isn't that good. And lastly, we've got Darren McCarty, which requires 5,000 hits. And honestly, his card isn't very good. It's a funny card to have, but his speed and shot is extremely low, and you'll obviously get very high body checking and whatnot. But the grind for this is extremely difficult because if you throw in the fact, I've found it extremely difficult to actually even get hits. You've got to really line a guy up. The bumps and stuff don't count, even just rubbing him out along the boards. Those don't count. It needs to be a full-on lineup, and it's extremely difficult to grind for this one, and totally not worth it. Just let this one come eventually and say that, okay, look at, I got it. So guys, that was my Milestone Legend review. Those are the ones that you should go after early on. I would recommend most of them, just let them come organically. There are a few, like the Mike Gartner scoring goals and MacInnis taking shots, that you can really grind for early on that are totally worth it. But other than that, most of them I would just let them come organically. But yeah, guys, if you liked the video, be sure to leave a like. Let me know in the comment section down below if there's anything you want to see specifically. And yeah, you guys stay sweet.